and welcome to Learn Twin Flame Tarot. So today we're doing the Two of Pentacles. We're going to look at the card together and then come back and talk about it in connection with Twin Flames. The Two of Pentacles, and we know that two is universal power. So the first thing that really comes through with this card is that this person is not alone, yet this person may be trying to do things on their own. We always have the help of heaven just a call away. We can pray and ask for assistance because this person is struggling to keep 2 feet on the ground, struggling to balance their life, juggling lots of things in their life, dealing with chaos. Look at the ocean behind and the huge kind of tidal waves and the way that the waves are rocking that boat around. So there may be rocky energy. This person is feeling like things are up in the air. There's some chaos around. Again, remember, it depends how the card is aspected. But this is ultimately the card that says, ask, you are not alone. Help is at hand. You don't have to try and balance everything by yourself or do everything by yourself. You can calm your mind. And this is also about bringing things into balance, bringing things into perspective, understanding what to do, finding solutions, finding answers, making decisions to make life easier to bear and deal with. And the number 8 there is about abundance. So it's also about getting things right in the financial world and sorting out finances, making sure things are okay. But I'm seeing that as an eternal energy with the infinity sign to remember that you're not alone. So think about Cinderella. Cinderella, a lot like with the 10 of Wands, very similar energy. Cinderella tried to do everything by herself. She was always doing things for other people, running around, doing the housework, always feeling burdened. She never had time for herself, so things were out of balance. Yet she had a fairy godmother who could turn things around. So when she asked for help, it was given. And her fairy godmother appeared and helped her to balance her life. And this is really someone who needs to balance their life and see things from a higher perspective. And, you know, the hat that he's wearing there, I always see that as direction. You know, his head, he may feel like his head is about to explode because he's got so much going on. You know, he may be worrying, overthinking, procrastinating. And that hat is getting bigger and bigger, like his head is getting full of stuff he needs to release. But he's being shown this direction because the hat is like a pointer directing him to heaven. So even during the struggle, he knows he can call on heaven for assistance at any time. All he has to do is follow his heart and trust his gut instinct. And he's wearing green shoes because that's connected with healing and grounding energy. All he has to do is ground himself to realise things aren't as bad as they seem. Things aren't as chaotic as they seem. It's like the angels are saying to him, please relax and breathe and go in nature and find your heart centre. Find your heart space. Remember your connection with Source. Remember that you are an eternal being, that you have help from above. And your journey is in divine timing. So things are not as bad as they seem, yet with this card, they can seem out of sync. And this card comes up for the divine masculine when he wants to be able to give to the divine feminine, but he may be dealing with other things in his own life that prevent him from doing that. So balance needs to come in, equilibrium needs to come in. And again, you know, this can be very highly connected with Libra energy. If, you know, you're feeling that energy too. Obviously, this is an earth card, so it's connected with earth signs. It's especially connected with Taurus energy. But I always connect with a Libra vibe when I'm getting this card because that's the energy of scales. And things are out of balance. It's like you're trying to keep 100 plates spinning at once. And all you have to do is stop what you're doing. If those plates break, that's okay. Everything's going to be okay. It's like the angels saying the world is going to keep on turning. Don't push yourself. Relax, breathe. This person may need a holiday or a break or a little rest to go within. Especially if cards come up with like the Four of Swords, or, the energy where this person needs to have some time off because he may be juggling things at work. He may have 2-3 jobs on the horizon. He might be trying to take care of his family, his children, his situation. He's got a lot going on. So the energy of the Two of Pentacles is you've got a lot going on. Realise that you're not alone. You have universal power behind you. You have angelic assistance. All you have to do is call on heaven and you'll be directed, and things will settle down. All the worry and the overthinking and the stress, it does not serve you. Instead, if you've got time to worry, you've got time to pray. And if this card comes up reversed, remember, I don't really do reverse cards because the angels give me the guidance anyway, depending on what the cards are aspected with it. But if it's reversed, it means you've got things under control. You're feeling more balanced. Things are more aligned in your life. And this can also come in for twin flames when you are balancing out the feminine and masculine aspects of yourself. And we deal with that before union, because when we're in union, we embody both energies. So we have to experience the masculine energy to understand the masculine energy. And the masculines have to understand the feminine energy by experiencing that too. Highs and lows, ups and downs, sensitivity, emotion, purging fear. So the Two of Pentacles is a card that says, relax, slow down, it's okay, breathe, and allow the universe to step in and help you to align your life. Very powerful. So you can see how all this person has to do, whether this is the divine feminine or the divine masculine, is ask for help. And when we see the numbers 2222 or 222, or we see spiders, we're being reminded to step out of our own way to let the universe step in. Because we are source energy, we are eternal beings, we are infinite. And there are infinite possibilities for help and support and opportunity in this life. So you can see up in the air, struggling, chaos, need for balance, need for calm energy, and a need to relax. So for the feminine, this can be how we feel when we're stressing out, when we're over-giving to our twin, and we feel like it's out of balance. Those scales are like this because we're like, we feel drained, we feel depleted, we feel tired because it's not quite going to plan. And the universe is saying, stop trying so hard. Relax, take a step back, focus on you. Give to yourself. Things can be out of balance when we're thinking about our twin flame all the time and we're not paying attention to our other needs, like our body, what our body needs, or to our career, or even our family. Things are out of sync. Or maybe you're trying to do everything at once. We tend to do that as a divine feminine. We're just so busy. We're doing 100 things at once. And the angel's saying, slow down. And then when we slow down and have a holiday, we can get sick because our body's like, what's going on? You've just been rushing around and then you've suddenly stopped. It's like if you smoke cigarettes or, you're doing drugs. That's just an example. And you stop cold turkey, it makes you very ill. You have to wean off it. You have to wean off it easily and gently. Even though with the power of heaven, you can give anything up like that. But the point I'm making is calm energy, slow and steady. Relax, do one thing at a time. So that's the energy of this card around the feminine. For the masculine, they get very stressed out and pressured by their own self. And that's what I'm really feeling with the head. So obviously he's wearing that ridiculous hat there. And it's like his head is growing. Like Pinocchio's nose grows when he's telling lies or things are happening. It's like the masculine's head is getting bigger and that hat's growing because, and I'll show you that there, because he's like got that much pressure in his crown. So his head seems to be getting bigger. And you may think your masculine is big-headed. You may think, he's too big for his boots sometimes. But in spiritual truth, he's got that much going on in his head sometimes, which he creates himself. He causes all this stress. So it's like his head is ready to explode and he's being directed above. Call on the angels, give it to heaven. Because the masculines feel stressed out when They want to give to you, Divine Feminine. They want to spend their time with you. And they may have to go to work. They may be dealing with kids. They may be dealing with other things, finances. And they're trying to keep everything going. And sometimes if they're messaging you and they're dealing with a karmic situation and they're trying to sort things out at work, it gets too much. And that's another reason why sometimes separation can come in. So, if this card comes out with the Three of Swords, it's obvious it's all a bit much for the masculine right now and he needs some time out. So it's like the angels saying it's okay. So the Two of Pentacles can be a very chaotic, hectic energy. And we know that when this card comes in, there's a need for balance. We need to balance things out. We need to be giving in equal measure. This card can come out when we are overgiving as a light worker. Maybe we're giving and we're not receiving. We may be doing something for free when we should be receiving some form of energy payment back. And we all go through that at some point on the journey as a light worker when we move into paid service. So it's also about knowing that as long as you're giving back to yourself what you give out to others, there'll always be that equal balance. It's like if we're trying to help other people all the time, we have to give back to ourselves, because if we're not nurturing ourselves, there's nothing to give. So we have to really take stock and reflect and think, am I at peace today? Have I smiled today? Am I feeling at ease, or am I stressed out? And if you're stressed out, pray, because you've got time to worry, you've got time to pray, and the angels are listening. So the message is balance your energy through grounding and breath work. So the quickest way to feel at ease when you've got so much going on in your mind, or so much going on in your life, or you feel everything's up in the air, is to breathe. And it's very simple. 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth calms your energy down. Breathe in. Release. Oh. And you can do it anywhere, sitting on the loo, walking to work. It calms you down. If someone's triggering you, before you react, breathe in and out 3 times and you respond then with love, because you've brought peace back into your heart. You've brought balance back in. And everything leads to something else. So remember, the way you are has a ripple effect on the world. So the Two of Pentacles for the feminine is, I am finding my place in the world. So sometimes things are out of balance while the feminine realizes who she is and what she wants and what's to do. And this can also be when you work in multiple jobs, or you're moonlighting, or you don't know what you want. Many of us start off doing our psychic stuff on the side. I did for years before YouTube. I did readings on the side of a job. And I knew that was really what I wanted to do. That was where my passions were. But the ego brings in all that fear. What if you can't pay your bills? What if it doesn't work out? How are you going to support yourself? So you try and balance 100 things at once, and everything gets out of balance. And then eventually you have to do what's right for you. And you do it, you make that change, and you think, why didn't I do that years ago? Why didn't I do it when I was guided? But remember, there's no wasted time. It's all lessons. The masculine saying things need to be equally balanced. So for the masculine here, he wants to give to you. He wants to be able to give you the world, Divine Feminine, and union he will. It's very equally balanced in union. If you kiss him, he will kiss you. If you give something to him, he will give something back to you. And he will give to you without you having to give to him. It's very equal. It's very beautiful. I've never had a relationship like that before that's been so equal. With George, it's natural. Before union, it wasn't. It was out of balance. But in union, it's fully balanced. So this is what you're also being shown, that things need to be equally balanced. So again, if you're doing all the giving, it's time to take that step back and give it to God. Because when you take that step back and stop contacting them, stop helping them, stop giving to them, you allow them the time, the space and the room and the understanding to realise that they are learning to ask for what they want. They are learning to approach you, to give to you, to be of service really to the world, but to you. And you're learning to trust the love and believe and have faith and give it to heaven. So that's really what the Two of Pentacles is all about. It's the need to stop juggling things around, to feel balanced, to find peace, and to trust the journey and to work with the universe. And that's what we're going to talk about in the Three of Pentacles. So I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.